Many years ago when my kids were young, my son was 9, my 2 daughters were age 6 and 4, I used to take them to breakfast at least once a week when I was in town. I travel quite a bit for what I do. I said, kids, where do you want to go to breakfast? And they would always say, McDonald's. Great place to go to breakfast, the breakfast of champions. So I took them to McDonald's one day, and I'll never forget this particular day. We walked in, there was a woman behind the counter, and as we walked in, she smiled at us. She opened her arms wide, and she said, good morning. Look who's here. Come on up here, kids. I know exactly what you're going to have for breakfast. And she told my kids exactly what they were going to order. They were blown away. My son's thinking, how does she know? I'll tell you how. It's the same lady from last week. The prior week was the very first day she worked at McDonald's, and we were the first family or first guest of the restaurant that she actually served without help from a supervisor. So she remembered us. And it's really funny. My son's like freaked out. How does she remember? My daughter, like moments later, said, Dad, I think that's the same lady from last week. 6 years old, she got a 9-year-old son 6 weeks later. Dad, how does this lady know what we're going to have to eat? Proves the development of the male brain is a little bit slower than the female brain. And I think that's the case till we're about 60 or 70 years old. So we're sitting down at breakfast. My kids are impressed with this woman. We have a great breakfast. And as we're walking out, my 6-year-old daughter says to me, Dad, the people at this McDonald's, they're fantastic. They're great. And I thought to myself, she's almost right. You see, it wasn't the people at McDonald's. It was the person at McDonald's. And this is the first lesson for today. Everybody has what I call the awesome responsibility. The awesome responsibility is that at any given time, one of us represents all of us. One of us represents every other employee on our team. One of us represents the brand, the sign that's above our doors. One of us represents the entire brand throughout the entire world. It's an awesome responsibility. We all have to know that when one of our customers walks away and says, I love going there, they're so friendly. They do a great job. What they're saying is he or she, and that person represents all of us. My 6-year-old daughter pretty much had it figured out. Think about it. Very important lesson. Make sure that everybody back in our teams understands their awesome responsibility. And that's what we're going to talk about today. How do you deliver on that awesome responsibility? How do you deliver that magic that makes us amazing